Sorry about that. Oh. Oh. Welcome to Sparta and the Archangel Michael's live. Well, that was a bit more of a longer intro than I usually do. It's one of those things when you want to go on stage and you got to go to the toilet at the same time. So I'm sorry about that. Let's make sure this chat is on and we'll get into the Lord's Prayer. I hope I find you well in your night and your day, or whether you may be on this glorious planet Earth. I am your host, the Archangel Michael. And tonight, well, we can discover all types of things. People in and out. Still, the question is all about. But when you realize that the real one has been trying to get the message out to you, by the time this goes all viral, I'll be long gone. I hope you don't get any of these guys, like they pop in and troll while you're doing the Lord's Prayer, of all things. Crazy. But that's the world we live in. That's what trolls do. They just make disharmony. Well, the Lord's Prayer, the top content of the whole of YouTube. Don't hear anyone else saying it. Hear a lot of shit. A lot of people saying God this and God that. But I am the Archangel Michael. Keep telling you that the only one God will ever be sending. Well, the Lord's Prayer. Let's do this and get it over with and get God in charge of the day. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. And now you have God in your day, your night, or wherever you are on this glorious planet Earth. Well, a quick revision. Just a quick revision on the 7 signs of the second coming. The first sign is lovelessness all around the world. The second is the increase of the supernatural. The third is false Christs. The fourth, denial that Jesus is coming at all. The fifth, the environment crisis. The sixth, the gospel has been spread around the world. And the final one, the age of technology. So we're at all 7 signs have come to pass. And now you have the Archangel Michael trying to teach you his class. But, well, in and out, not sure what this content creator, Archangel Michael, is all about. But I'm very full of knowledge, and I don't lie. That's the main thing. I don't lie. I don't like to use the visual aids that others do, because I prefer to tell you where to go and look for the information. When you find out, you absorb it. You believe that you've discovered something. It's like everyone that goes to the pyramids. Every time someone goes there, they think they discovered a secret. Or when people go to Jerusalem, they get messiahism because they start trying to work things out. But they know and what they see. Same with Egypt. Right through from Egypt, right through to Jerusalem, to Damascus. All that area is what you class as the Holy Lands. The lands of gods and messiahs and miracles. Lands where wars have passed. Well, Egypt. Egypt's had that many armies go through it. They've lost count for thousands of years. Egypt's been the crossroads for thousands of different armies right throughout the history of man. The sea peoples, the Romans, and it goes on from there. Yes, but they'd never seen an army like the Australians go through there before. They'd seen that many armies go through Egypt. When World War I come around, they sent the Australian soldiers from just up the road here at Fremantle Harbour, where they took off, and all the ships sailed over to Alexandria in Egypt. And we used to take mascots with us, as they do. We took a kangaroo with us. And when we got to the shores there, all along the sides of the wharf where Egypt there, they had big statues about 20, 30 foot high of all their gods, all in a row. And they were all unloading the ship of the Australian soldiers and that. And like I said, Egypt had seen many, many different armed soldiers and different types of armies, of all types. But I'd never seen this army before, rocked up with a flannelette hat and a strange feather that they'd never seen before in their head. They lowered down this one crate out of the ship. They opened up the crate. Happened to be a mascot, a 5-foot red kangaroo. And he slowly walked out, very, very soggy from the ship ride, very seasick. Australian creatures are not used to the ocean. And it was crawled out, and then it stood up. And 10,000 Egyptian workers that were working along the docks that day, they stood, they looked at this creature standing there, which they'd never seen before, on his back legs. They took one look at that, and they took one look at it, just happened to be right next to the statue of Anubis. They took a look at that, and they took a look at the creature, and they screamed out, "The army of Anubis has come." And they petitioned the city of Alexandria and all those cities. We cannot have them in the city. If they are the army of Anubis, they must be under the watchful eyes of the Sphinx, because if they turn up against us, the Sphinx will arise and destroy them. So that's why they placed the Australian army under the watchful eyes of the Sphinx to train. And that's a true story, a very true story. It's prophesied in the Bible, the taking back to the Holy Lands, and that was done. It's also prophesied by Nostradamus himself. But that's another story. We'll get into that man's little black mirror another time. But yes, prophecies, the land of the gods, the Holy Lands, and Australia is well and truly a part of that. The 40,000 horsemen went over the desert, conquered Damascus, and took back the Holy Lands. Then in World War II, we protected the Suez Canal in Egypt again. Same thing again. Same fight again. And the German army was marching across Europe and hadn't been stopped and hadn't been checked until they met the Australians at Tobruk. After that, the German army never advanced anymore. Strange that. That same war, the Japanese, they're advancing all over, taking over all of China, taking over all of the Pacific Asian islands. What do you really look like? I'll take my mask off soon. I haven't had a shave. I haven't had the chance to go and get some razors. I get the really expensive ones. Packs of 4 will cost about $25. So I got to go out shopping. Oh, well, what do I look like? handsome, I hope. Well, yes. So I hope I don't have to go out there for a World War III, otherwise, well, that'll be my son have to go. Want you, Ryan? You want to see what I look like? Well, it's quite simple, really. Now, I'll show you what I look like. But you're not there. Now, you had your chance. Back to the Archangel Michael. Instead of all regular Michael. But I am the Archangel Michael, whether I'm Michael or regular Michael. Archangel Michael, Michael the Archangel is me. Only one was made, one made different. And that's why people don't accept me the way they should. Because I am so different. Expecting the wings and the wand, the saviors. But I am not the savior. I am the slayer. It's a big difference. And look at who I am associated with. I am definitely the right man for the job. I've had the power in my pocket for going on to 28, 29 years now. The end of all life as we know it. And that takes great responsibility, such a power. In fact, I kind of feel like Devros from the Doctor Who series. When Doctor Who says, if I gave you a vial, and inside that was a microbe that could destroy all life throughout the universe, would you squeeze it, Devros? Well, Devros said yes, he would. But that's the type of power I actually have in my pocket. Right here, right now. People don't seem to realize that, but it's true. True nonetheless, whether they like to think so or not. I've got a bigger button than any government in the world. And it's far more powerful and far more biblical than they could ever possibly imagine. But that's another story. That one, well, we don't want that to be used. Maybe that's why he's got mankind making all your nuclear weapons. Because he will gladly use them, but he prefer to do it the biblical way. Just to show his father up a bit more, I guess. Sounds like my young nephew and his dad and their little issues that they're having. Very similar. Very similar indeed. Wouldn't that be something? That would explain a lot. And then you got me, the oldest one, getting around, still having to sort people out, traveling 600 kilometers down to the bush to sort out all these men that they reckon they can sing with their dark magic. And they can. But they're not, if they really could, they wouldn't talk about it. They'd do it. That's the thing. So I had to go and sort those shit talkers out. Didn't have to do much, just to rock up and make an appearance. They know who I am. All been warned. We don't know what that old man taught his sons. So be careful around them and don't go out in the bush with them unless you're absolutely sure that you can get away. Not that we could hurt you, but we could. It's because we know things, well, especially me, things out there that they know they can't go to those places because of what the creatures are there. But I can, and they don't like that. But they respect it. It's like I know everything they know. It's just that I do not know the language. With our culture, the mother had to be the one to teach you the language. And see, with my father, well, he was very devout in his belief, and my mother was Greek, so she couldn't teach me the language of the old people of the Australian outback. That is quite difficult to do. So, and that's just it. What they can explain in language, I know in English. And I even know some places that a lot of them don't know. But I know the English version and the English way of doing it. But that's for a reason. Like I said, because of my mum was Greek, so she wasn't one guy to teach us the language. And for security purposes, in case this one decides he wants to take over, because he's like that. Who's that crawling around, trip-trapping around my house? Declare yourself. Someone moving around, they open up doors. Oh, it's probably one of my sons, or it could be my mother. Oh, yeah, it's my mother. I knew, sounded like a hobbit. And here it comes. Oh, I see. That's not good for you, Tula. Swearing now, come on. I suppose she's in an old retirement mode, so she's allowed to have herself an ice cream if she wants, I guess. You brought them, didn't you? Mothers. They never change, they just get older. Not so much wiser, just get older. Well, I'm only going to be on half an hour tonight. No, not like I was the other nights. Doesn't look like people going to pop in too much. But you get that. You get that in the big mix. No. If you want to see what I look like, well, I did take my mask off. We'll do that again. And that's it. That's the mask off. That's it. Need a bit of a shave, but you get that. You get that in the big mix. Well, see if we can take out another 6 minutes, eh? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What content have I got floating around? A lot of stuff, actually. Oh, the old Book of Death. The Book of Death. Or actually, the Black Death. Strange, that book is all about the Black Plague and that, but the way the mine was going and the way it spread and the way they quarantined things was no different than what we did during the COVID pandemic. It's like that scary mimicked it, this book about the Black Plague and what we did during the COVID, that it's actually scary. The way we bloody quarantine things and lock things down. No. If you don't feel like you could ever do great things in life, like big things, well, you can do the small things in a great way. Not all of us can do great things. Not all of us are built to do great things, right? But we can all do it with great love. That's one thing that everyone can do. No, we're not all built to do great things. We've got to get that into everyone's head. But we all can do it with great love, whatever we do. That's one thing we can do. We don't do enough of it. No, balance is not something you find, it's something you create. People say, I've got to go and find balance in my life. No, it's not about finding it. You can create your own balance. You're in control of the light that you wield, so you can control your own balance. You go looking for it out there, it's not out there, it's in here. And always will be. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue on that counts. Remember that. Right? Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. No, people fail and, I'm going to kill myself. I lie myself for what? It is the courage to continue on that counts. Keep your face and faith towards the light of God and Jesus, and shadows will fall behind you. If you go anywhere else, you're going to go off into the shadows and be using your own light to get through. But you follow the light of God and Jesus, the shadows will fall behind you, like parting the Red Sea. The bad news is time flies. The good news is that you're the pilot. So however you want to fly through this time in life, that's up to you. So don't go blaming God. Everyone is responsible for their own actions and your own life and your own time. But he does guarantee you 70 good years if you guide your own life right. You change your mind, you can change your life. So if you think you've got a shit life, you can change that, because you can change your mind just like that. People say, oh, how you can do it? Well, you can. Don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and make them. So you don't sit there waiting for all the opportunities to come in the world to you. You've actually got to make them. You've got to get out there and do something. Be constructive. You might get there. Everyone's sitting there waiting for the fucking miracle. Told you, ain't a miracle you're going to see is from the buddy, Mel Brooks, buddy, History of the World, part 1. How you going, miracle? And it's the horse. If you are brave enough to say goodbye, life will sometimes reward you with a new hello. That's the interesting one. I might take that one to heed. Just say goodbye. Something else might come into my life and say hello. That'll be excellent. Has already. Liz King, I think she came in and did that before. Last chat, which is very nice, and become a sub and all. So I'm proud of her for that. A real champion is not defined by their wins, but how they recover when they fail. That's a true champion. You may be disappointed if you don't fall or fail, but you're doomed if you don't try. See, people are scared to do things. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm not going to do that because they might say no. Well, how would you know? You're doomed already from the beginning unless you actually go and try it. And you might surprise yourself. A lot of people don't think they've got the courage. But when they find out they do, they surprise themselves. A lot of people put that in their mind. They're already doomed themselves for failure. I can't do that because I don't think I can. No. How would you know unless you tried? So, some people want it to happen. Some people wish it will happen. But others, they make it happen. Which one out of them three you think is going to happen? It'll be the last one. You've got to make things happen. We want it to happen. That's great. Everyone wants things to happen. We wish it could be done for us. Wish that lawn could be done for us. Wish someone could wash the dishes for me. But it's you that's got to make it happen. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to try and be great. People say, I want to be great. Well, you've got to start. Can't be great given to you on the plate. Too many people waiting for it to be served to them like a fucking McDonald's meal. When you focus on good things will get better. Slowly as I focus on good things here, good things have got better. Still the only one that hasn't been struck, and I'm pretty controversial. Be so good they can't ignore you. Well, ignoring me at the moment. It's only because it's a Friday and everyone's busy on that Friday. But you get that. Everyone's out on their Friday night, and over in America, the ones watching me over there, well, they're busy working before they go out for their Friday night. So, I already worked it out. There's a Sunday and a Monday and a Wednesday is the best crowds I get. That's when my algorithm works, but I still got to come on and do the Lord's Prayer because no one else does. Every morning is a chance to live your dreams. So every morning you get up, be thankful to God, do your bloody 30 seconds, that He give to Him, do a bit of a Lord's Prayer or your own little prayer to him. Thank him for today, and off you go. You make your dreams come true. The morning shines brighter when you radiate positively. There's a good one. Life is exactly like a camera, guys. Focus on what's important. Capture the good times. Develop from the negatives, and if things don't work out, take another shot. So that's life. Life is exactly like a camera. Focus on what's important, capture the good times, and develop from the negatives, and if things are not good, take another shot at it. People don't understand that. Take another go at it, but that's the Aussie get-go. When you're an Australian, that's inbuilt into you. Well, I don't know so much now that the culture around the world, Western culture, is starting to mimic each other. Even though we've still got our own little idiosyncrasies from each country, pretty much if you go to England, you go to America, you go to Australia, everyone's still got that same, it's got that same sort of thought pattern now. We've all got the same technology, ability to get the same type of vehicles and everything. So, there's a shared thinking. Either you run your day or your day is going to run you. Right? So don't sit there waiting, what day's is going to run you, and the time will run past and that day will be over. And that'll be a waste of time. Back to bed waiting for your drugs. If you don't like the road you're walking on, start paving another one. Or fucking turn back around. Everyone can always turn around on the road you're on if it's a bad one. Depends on if you've done a lot of bad things, it might be a little bit longer to get back. And you might never be accepted. But as long as you come back, God will accept you. Be yourself. Always be yourself. You know why? Because everyone else is taken. Always be yourself because everyone else is taken. As we work to create light for others, we naturally light our own way. And whether people like to think so or not, I am lighting the way for others. So my way is lit. As Archangel Michael, well, my task is beyond a lot of people's comprehension, no matter how smart you may think you are. You can't make a cloudy day a sunny day, but you can still decide to make it a good day. Right? Just because it's pissing down doesn't mean you can't make a good day out of it. You be like my sister and be homebound. But she become famous, and as you become famous, well, you've got to look over your back. She's not quite as famous as Jaguar Wright is. He doesn't got billionaires chasing down her neck. Jag's got to pay $1,000 a bloody week for security. Have a minder there to make sure no one's going to creep up on her back. And that's pretty sad. That's actually really sad, that is. And I've got a lot of time for Jaguar and Odell. A lot of time for both of them. If it wasn't for Odell reaching down and making me a moderator, well, the wolf would have never laid down with a lion. And we could have not started this great thing off that we've got on YouTube. And people will need to go back and watch. I want actually people, when you get the chance and you watch this, right, watch this, I want you to go back November 2024, right, and check through Jag's lives and then watch from December onwards until now and see the change. Change in the way she speaks, change what she speaks about, and a complete change of what she talks about. Still talking those receipts, but you watch, you go back November 2024, before I jumped on the Jaguar Wright fucking fucking cruiser to fucking to hell what we're going to. And we're going to have to fly past it and do a broadside on it and fucking get out of here. Because that's what it's all about. Shut the gates at the same time. If we can. Stop all these demons from getting out. That'll be awesome. And whether people like to think so or not, that battle will be on the ground, online, in spiritual world, the digital world. Mainly it's going to be in this world. The battlefield is 8 billion battlefields on this bloody planet, and each one's a mind. And it's between the good side and the bad side. Which one you got? How you're going to sway all those minds over to those sides? A good day begins with a good mindset. Well, this is the Archangel Michael signing off. He's done his half an hour. Check his battery. His battery's still good. Maintain its quality. A lot of people ain't jumped in. They're probably busy. I mean, the people got their Friday night. Nick might think I'm going to be bantering on about the community again, but I don't do that often. I just have to do it every now and again when I see things and I work things out, and especially angry because I've got to get them to realise about this infiltration that's happening. They like to believe that or not. Pedosexual. Because we can't be having that. Well, let's have a look here. See what we got. A little bit of music to take us out. How about a little bit of interlude? I'm going to have myself a little bit of a drink for a few minutes, and I'll come back. And I'll take out the rest of it to an hour. So enjoy the music of the Noongar people. I will say one thing though. The didgeridoo is naturally a Northern Australia instrument. And the Aboriginals in the middle of Australia and the Noongars and the coastal ones, didgeridoo is not their original instrument, although they play it now. I'll be back in a minute. Just going to have a toilet and have a quick drink. Enjoy. He was one there, wasn't he, Pepsicle? Mr. Pepsicle. Wow. You don't like being in the aircon. You want to be in that warm spot, don't you? Yes? I can't put you back. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Mr. Mexican. Here's a real cat, right? Yep, see? Archangel Michael and these cats. See what I'm doing here? What I'm doing here is very hard to do with a cat because cats don't expose their belly or let you touch their belly unless they're absolutely 100% positive and trust you. So for this cat to lay like he is, like a big floppy, staring at the other cat, upside down, Mr. Maxwell, he weighs like 9 kilos and is a big blanket of a cat. Just like this there, don't you, boy? And he's very vicious, this cat. If he grabs hold of you, it's like electricity grabbing you, ain't it? Hey? You like the aircon because you got the big rug for a bloody coat. You're enjoying yourself, aren't you? Yes. You a star cat? You're a star cat. Definitely a show cat, this one. Aren't you, Max? Maxwell, of course, he looks like Maxwell. And you exactly like it. Well, aren't you? Oh, okay. No, that's a cat. I got big fang marks on my legs from that cat. He's a good cat. But he was fighting his buddy brother from another mother. And he thought I was a cat coming up on him with my black jeans on. And he latched onto my leg and oh wow, straight through the jeans. I still got the 4 blade teeth mark in my leg to prove it. Peppy, don't go stalking him. These cats when they fight, I really don't like them fighting. It's terrible because they tear each other apart and they're getting older now. And more vicious than Peppy, well, he's always trying to be the king of the pride. No, that's not happening, Pet. That's not happening. Ah! Told you, that's not happening. I apologise about that. Stop them cats from fighting. It's terrible because they latch onto each other, and you've got to be really careful when you put your hand in because they'll grab you, and they got claws and that as well, and teeth, and they could turn on you. And to pull them apart's almost impossible because they latch right on. It's ridiculous because they've been growing up with each other and now they're going bloody vicious with each other because they're getting old. But that's something I have to deal with. You know, I told Peppy, if he keeps it up, Pep, you're going outside. And they've never been outside, so if he wants to fight, he'll learn to fight out there because there's a lot of cats out there. Archangel Michael and his cats. They even feed this old grey cat. This fur's coming back now since I've been feeding it. Poor old skinny, scraggly thing. It's actually got a bit of belly and the fur's all bloody shining on it now. It's actually eating food. And then it sits there and stares at me through the door. And it's the most cutest meow, meow. But every time I go to pat it, it hisses because it's just scared of the hand of man. But actually, when I fed it before, it comes straight up, brushed straight past me, and it doesn't touch me usually, and yet this time it's actually brushed past me. So I'll let him approach me, let him brush up against my leg. If I go to pat it, it's still going to hiss and think I'm going to grab him and hurt him. And that's terrible that a cat's that's happened to that. I've seen people like that. raise their hand and they flinch away because they've been that abused. We've got to stop doing that. It's in the Bible. It says if we don't look after the animals right, they'll rise up against us. And that's still got to happen yet. No? We don't look after these creatures around us, right? This planet Earth, she's going to fucking fold up. And doesn't matter. Even God knows this. God and Satan, they both know this. And now I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter about this game between heaven and hell. Because if we really wake up and mess Mother Nature around, she'll just fold up her board. And that'll be the end of the whole game. And I can hear these cats going, oh, because they want to fight. And I have to hit Peppy with some fly spray. This is the Archangel Michael signing off for now. Stay safe.